Picture this. An email drops into your inbox. The subject line, Regulatory Inspection Notice. And just like that, a clock starts ticking. You've got 48 hours. And believe me, what you do in those next 48 hours could very well decide the fate of your company for the next 5 years. Now, I know that sounds a little dramatic, but it is absolutely the truth. Those first few hours are this intense test. It's not just about what documents you have. It's about the process you kick into gear. It reveals everything about your firm's character and, frankly, its competence. So what it really comes down to is this. You have a choice. You get to write the story. Is it going to be a story of chaos and confusion and, fines and penalties? Or is it going to be a story of calm, of confidence, of total professionalism? We're about to break down exactly what separates those two futures. Think of it like a fork in the road. Every single firm, when that email lands, chooses a path. The first path, well, that's the reactive emotional scramble. It's pure panic. The second is the calm, quiet execution of a plan that was made a long time ago. And here's the kicker. Regulators can tell which path you're on almost instantly. This is really the heart of it, isn't it? The reactive firms, they're running on emotion, they're making things up as they go, and to an inspector, that just looks like pure chaos. But the prepared firms, they're executing a plan. They project confidence and control. One of these paths invites a microscope, and the other one, it builds trust. So first, let's take a walk down that dangerous path. What are the common mistakes, the unforced errors that can turn a totally routine inspection into a full-blown corporate disaster? It almost always starts with one simple, overwhelming feeling. Chaos, yeah. And I'm talking specifically about the chaos of disorganized documents. This is hands down the first and most common train wreck. It's the physical, visual proof that a company is not in control of its own house. I mean, just imagine it. The inspector asks for a file, and your team is literally running around, checking with 3 different departments to piece it together. That sends a terrible signal. Incomplete reports or missing client histories, that screams either incompetence or that you're trying to hide something. And if you can't produce a clean audit trail, look, to a regulator, if it's not logged, it might as well have never happened.
Okay, so if chaos is the loud, blaring alarm bell, the next problem is way more subtle and maybe even more dangerous. It's suspicion. And this isn't caused by a missing file, it's caused by how people act. It's the silent killer of credibility. See, panic makes people do really irrational things. When one employee gives a different answer than another, that creates instant doubt. When your emails are all rushed and defensive, it feels hostile. But the absolute worst mistake you can make, trying to clean up your records right before they arrive, that's not preparation. That is a one-way ticket to serious, serious trouble. Okay, enough of the doom and gloom. We've seen the path to ruin. So let's flip the script. Let's walk down the other path. The calm, structured, methodical response of a firm that was ready long before that email ever showed up. Here's the difference. Strong firms don't improvise. They execute a playbook. The focus is all on structure and control. You can see it here. In the first 2 hours, a leader is named and all document changes are frozen. By the end of day 1, the message is aligned, the audit trails are confirmed. This isn't panic. It's a procedure. And that entire procedure, that whole playbook, is really built on these 4 pillars. Centralized control means zero chaos. A single communicator means no conflicting stories. Honest transparency, that builds trust. Trust me, admitting a small mistake is always better than getting caught hiding a big one. And finally, calm cooperation. It shows respect, and it immediately dials down the tension in the room. Now for what might be the single most crucial insight in all of this. To really, truly get this right, you have to understand what the inspectors are actually looking for. And it goes way, way beyond the stack of paperwork they asked for. Here's the secret sauce. Your attitude matters just as much as your documents. Inspectors are trained to observe how you behave under pressure. Are you organized? Are you being straight with them? Are you professional? They are literally building a psychological profile of your firm's character, and that profile is going to color every single document they look at. So, this brings us right back to where we started. That very first response you have sets the tone for absolutely everything that follows. But the good news is, you get to decide what that response is going to be long before an inspector ever even thinks about calling you.
This is what being ready actually looks like day to day. It's not some frantic 2-day sprint, it's a permanent state of preparedness. It means you have checklists ready to go, you have a central place for all your documents, your staff is trained, and they know exactly what to do and who to talk to. This is how you turn a potential crisis into just another manageable procedure. And that really is the ultimate takeaway, isn't it? The inspection itself, it's neutral. It's just a test. It's your response that determines whether you pass or you fail. The power to control that outcome is completely in your hands, based on the systems you build before you ever need them. So at the end of the day, the question isn't if an inspection is going to happen, it's if you'll be ready when it does. Because in the fight between a well-executed plan and a last-minute panic, well, the winner is always the same. Preparation beats panic every single time.